I learned about Orphans first through my parents a long time ago. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old. So last year I had an idea of potentially doing a little bit of a photo project for them. And so I went to India with them and shot photos of 3 of their orphanages that they run. You know, they really want to not only see children become, I guess, educated and cared for, but to become, people that that follow God, and that not just the aspects of life that, maybe the people around them care about, but also the more spiritual aspects of life that, the idea of God. So we went to 3 different orphanages, one in the city of Guntur, one in the city of Markapur, and another in the city of Ongole, which are all cities in southeastern India. And they are all run by local people. They're not, it's not like outsiders coming in and taking these things over. These are, people that live there. I know the people that run the homes live in the homes. They, just have their own bedrooms that are attached to it. It's a very kind of personal, very intimate kind of experience. It's not like an institution per se. I know the one guy, Suresh, he did share his story. He grew up in the Orphans First homes, and now as, I don't know, maybe a 30-year-old guy, he was coming back to the Guntur Children's Home and talking to the kids about, not only Jesus, but just, I guess, adjusting to life. Showing people that you not only are going to tell them about Jesus, but you're going to walk the whole process through with them, kind of going through life and, experiencing life with Jesus with another person that's maybe not quite so far along the road. I guess that's kind of what it's been for me. I guess it definitely kind of broadened my horizons to a extent. I mean, I've always been pretty interested in kind of global affairs and events, and so it was just really cool to me to see, how much people have in common. I know, especially being with the people that kind of ran those children's homes, it was just kind of like, it was like we were totally from different cultures at the opposite ends of the earth, and yet, we had this, common faith, and that really just made it so that it wasn't a challenge or a difficulty trying to understand people, because we had this kind of shared understanding, and I think that's really pretty cool. So I take photos, especially the documentary style photos, because it's my small way of making a difference with what skill set I have. I'm not a bold person, I wouldn't say. So photos for me are kind of a way of going beyond my comfort zone, meeting people and interacting with people on a level that you wouldn't be able to do with somebody that's a complete stranger. Understanding people in a new way, I guess. Well, I guess for me, photos are just kind of this, it's a way of getting past people's defenses, in a sense. We kind of have these walls that we build up around ourselves, and in the kind of motion of life, you don't really necessarily get to kind of see into people, but there's something about a photo that when you're seeing something still, when you see something that, it's abstracted of all motion, there's no distractions, and you see somebody for, I think in a sense, exactly who they are. And I think that's kind of interesting. I think that, perhaps there's a moment when, if enough of a connection is made, somebody can actually be kind of vulnerable with a complete stranger, and that's pretty powerful to me. I suppose that, Orphans First has kind of been an interesting organization to work with, just being that how small and how personal it's all been. It's basically just Janie and Louie working for, I guess, to see, kids come to know Jesus and to, have a future. And it's been cool to see that. It's been interesting. I haven't seen a lot of them, but in that 2 weeks of them, I saw a whole variety of circumstances, and just seeing how they kind of approached life was really pretty special. Either going and seeing what they're doing firsthand, or maybe just even financial support, because they really are, using the money in a very wise way. They're not spending it on zillions and zillions of dollars of, again, marketing and PR. They don't have a huge organization. They're very small, and so it's like, I think 80 or 90% of their funds is going directly into the work that they're doing.
If you know of a ministry that we need to know about, please give us a call, 888-641-8606, or take a look at our website, revelationstv.org.